Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Ryan Keys, your host, and this is Spirituality with a Spin. We have been diving in as deep as we can in this topic on twin flames. And as promised, Thursday is here, and I deliver. This is going to be part 2 of a very important topic. And I don't know how many parts this is going to have, because I just did 11 readings yesterday. And out of those 11 readings, 11 of them were about running and chasing and what to do and why won't they love me and what am I doing wrong? How do I get that person back? How do I fix this? Why are they running? What is it about me that they don't like? Is this person my twin flame? Because I know they are and they're running. Well, first and foremost, we have talked a little bit about faux flames. Now, many people cringe when they hear the term faux flame. Karmic twin sounds a little less abrasive. Or does it? Karmic. Yeah. So this karmic twin comes in, and they will be probably the exact same as your true twin flame, even down to the city. Probably as close as you can get to the same birthday, the same name, the same look, the same interest, the same job. Everything will be the same. Why is that? What is this correlation? Is it chance? It could be. Or is it that there's something you need to work on and you're getting a preparatory phase before you actually get to the real deal? And then don't forget, this karmic twin isn't just there for you. They're learning a lesson as well. They're climbing Jacob's ladder as well. I had a conversation, and I had to sit back and rationalize. You know, men and women are very different when it comes to how we process things. Neither a winner or a loser, neither good or bad, just different. So if we process things differently, and we go into this world differently, we know it's not going to be easy from day one. Love ain't easy. I love love. You love love. Shit, we all love love. We love to watch love on TV. But it ain't easy. Show me a love story you've watched on TV where it wasn't full of drama and tears and everything else. The love story that didn't have all that, probably you didn't watch. Right? Because we're emotional beings. We're drawn to that emotional side. There's a part of us that likes a little bit of drama. Why? Because I feel that we're leading such a stagnant life in many ways. We need that energetic involvement. We need to really start self-reflecting and looking at what we're doing and who we are. Because when deep-seated pain rises up from a situation that has nothing to do with it, you have to really start to wonder, wow, what am I doing? There's power in this process. There's power in understanding divine union. There's power in the twin flame union. But the power doesn't only reside with the person by your side. Let me say that again, because it rhymes. The power doesn't only reside with that person by your side. I know you want that. Hell, I do. Let's do it. But you know what? We all have so much work to do to get to where we need to go. And remember, you're answering a call bigger than what you know. You're answering a call that is bigger than anything you could imagine right now. Because God, the Father, the universe, has called out to you and said, hey, I need you. I need you to be as close to what I originally created as possible. Right? So when I feel that we need to go over some essential facts about the running. Because this is the part that all of us fear more than anything else. I think we fear the running and chasing phase even more than the ending phase. Because when you have an ending, or when you know it's not going to go, you have closure. But when you have the running and the chasing, it's like Jim Carrey said in Dumber and Dumber. So you're saying I've got a chance. Well, could very well have a chance. Your love could suddenly up and leave, block you, ghost you. I mean, take a look at the reality. It's happening all around us. Twin flames are running like gazelles. I'm doing readings for people nonstop. There's no runners coming to me for a reading. Why? Shit, because they're running. They're not running for an answer. They're running to get away. You know who's coming to me? Those that have found their twin flame and are happy, and they want to see how to be happier. Those that are looking for the twin flame and haven't encountered them yet. Those that have gone through a faux flame, a karmic twin. And those of you that are Jason. And we work it out. We find as good of an answer as as possible. And then we move forward. Find some solid ground to operate on. Now, when your twin flame starts running, there's not going to be a whole lot of explanation. There's not going to be a big solution because that explanation isn't going to be there. The twin flame running is a term that we use kind of broadly when one twin flame is seeking to escape from a relationship, the relationship, for no apparent reason. Most of the time it happens in recurring cycles. Reunion and then run. Reunion and run. And the other twin, generally the emotional twin, the solid twin, the one that's vibrating at a good frequency, is literally left holding the bag, confused, sad. How can my twin flame run? We were just so happy. We were loving and happy, and then one moment, cold, distant, ghosted. Well, you know, this running is about ascension. It's about past negativity. It's about hurt. As the bough break, the cradle will fall. As you break away those little pieces of you that you don't need, people start to get a little edgy. When you purge these painful things, a lot of twins can't handle that because it suddenly goes from a high vibrational state of being to a holy shit, I need to run. Or I feel claustrophobic. I feel like a pillow's put over me and I don't know what to do. Why? Why does this happen? I mean, isn't running actually instinctual? Well, it is when you feel threatened. But who's threatening you? Someone who loves you beyond all. Is that a threat? Well, it is if you don't love yourself. Because if I don't love myself and someone's loving the shit out of me, I get a little bit nervous. Or what if I'm just learning to love myself? What if I'm just awakening and I feel like I could disappoint them? Maybe it's that. Either way, it triggers a instinctual mechanism, a defensive mechanism, when a person feels vulnerable to being hurt, that they've opened up beyond their safety zone. You know, when my father passed away, I was very vulnerable. I just had my face crushed, as all of you know. I was learning to become a man again, and then he died. I had been through a near-death experience myself, and when he died, I felt part of me tell myself, well, if I had died that day, then I would be with him, and we could work on our relationship. Instead of seeing the glass half full, that I was alive for a reason. It was illogical. It made no sense why I would even think that. But I did. And then I got past it, and then I moved forward, logically, rationally, putting each crazy thought to bed. But the point of that is, we all have weird ways of interpreting things. That day, I promised I would never love more than I could stand to lose, because it was such an emotional point of my life. And I kept good on that promise for a long time. I lost out on a lot of good people. And I'm not just talking romantically. I shielded myself. I hurt other people. And I'm not proud of it. Because I was afraid and I was responding out of fear. And the stronger they needed me, the more they showed me, the more I wanted to run. It's a paradox. Running occurs after a particularly deep experience of love and togetherness between your twin. You know, the human psyche is complex and multi-layered, but there's one thing, it's like, it is fight or flight, baby. And we all know a past hurt or a trauma is stored in us, like a scar on our skin. It's in your energy field. And if you haven't purged those things, if you haven't cleansed those things, if you haven't gotten involved in yoga and some great energy work like Reiki or Qigong, you got them floating around you still. You need to purge these things. Clear your field. Get rid of your soul scars. Be ready to open up emotionally. Because no matter how long ago these were, they are stored in your energy bank. It's an automatic pattern of fear against intimacy and vulnerability. And when that new situation arises, for those of you that have not found your twin yet, you're going to sit and reminisce in that old trauma that happened years ago, because this newfound person has triggered it unknowingly, like a little snare, a little safety trap that your subconscious has rigged so that you will not get hurt. It's a protective mechanism you've designed over years. You've perfected it. You've been able to cover it where it's unseen until the moment it is. And then you act on an automatic pattern. And then this other unknowingly loving person who's not seasoned in this manner is faced with separation. While you're placating to your deepest survival instinct, the other person just feels like crap. The core of their being has been distanced and hurt. And then it's a redundant cycle. Because once you have done that to them, even when you get past all your bullshit and you go back, they're going to be leery. Because now they have an emotional mark. So we really need to get ourselves together. We need to really start working on inner peace. Now, I tossed a video up a while back about getting to inner peace, and I encourage you to go back and watch that. Or go to my iTunes and listen. I've got some meditations there that will help you to manifest inner peace. I'm here to help you. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not here to tell you that that's your twin flame or that's not your twin flame. I'm not here to give you that kind of dictation. I'm here to give you the tools to do that yourself. Because if you're asking me, you already know. And I'll tell you, when you encounter a twin flame and you know it, you don't need to ask. You'll feel it. And when you ask, it's going to be in your gut and you'll know. You might still ask because of fear, but that foundation of you is going to know. And you see, the causes of this, it's just good old plain old-fashioned fear. Now tell me, you repeat after me, I don't want to be afraid. I am tired of living in fear. I want to find my way out of fear. I want to build my house on a foundation of forgiving myself and allowing. A conscious uprising is what I need from you folks. I need a righteous revolution. You need to get religious with forgiving yourself. You are good enough. You are created in the likeness and image of a divine entity. Act like it. We have such a twinkling of the eye on this world. And I can tell you, beyond the veil is beautiful. It is a wonderful, brilliant place to go to, but there's just something to be said for the tactile, fleshly, wonderful wonderment of hugging and holding. Because you don't feel that on the other side. How do I know? Because I've been there. That's why I got 5 titanium plates in my face, man. So what fears are you facing? You got fear of rejection. So they rejected you. Well, move on. There's plenty of other things out there going on. And if they rejected you and pushed you away, they weren't your twin flame in the first place. Fear of abandonment. Yeah, I know about that. I just dealt with a little bit of that. So they leave you before you get a chance to leave them. Oh, shit. Is that like a college motto? I think they should put that on a college fraternity. You leave before I leave you. That sounds so crazy. The fear of not being good enough. Are you ever really good enough? Of course you are. You are as good as you are made to be. You are damn perfect. Look at you. You're walking, talking, breathing. Love machine. Of course you're good enough. You deserve love. If you don't believe you deserve love and you're expecting rejection, of course you're going to get rejected. I'm sorry. See who you are. There's salvation in seeing the truth. And the truth is, you are a dynamic wonder of this universe. There is no physical reason why you should be manifested right here, right now, in this form, listening to me, other than you are divine. Now, many of you will say, well, I'm afraid to get hurt. Ooh, me too. That arrow that flies through the sky that Cupid shoots out of his little bow, that shit hurts. It goes right into your heart. And if you pull it out, you bleed to death. Well, feeling that when something is good, based on you're afraid it's going to get painful, well, that's kind of an inevitable opportunity to repeat yourself. So, I'm afraid of getting hurt. Didn't you just hurt yourself then? That's like I was talking about the other time on the other episode. How can you love me if I don't show you who I am? And then I want to get all butthurt because you don't love me. Or, well, you don't know me. How can you? Of course. No. I didn't show you that. Let's be honest. Let's be authentic. Let's go into this with our cards on the table. Fear of unworthiness. Well, Feeling that nothing is good or ever could be good, and nothing that is ever good is meant for you. I disagree. That is a childhood programmed fear. Let that go. So, what can you do if you've got this shit? Number one, clear the fear pattern. Wait, let me just say, everybody right now, no matter who you are, including me, let's clear our fear patterns. Let's heal the wounds that cause the fear. Because ultimately, when a runner's energy is charged and changed, they don't need to run. All fear is energy. And I'm sure you'd recognize energy of fear if you see it. A dog will bite you because they're afraid, not because they want to hurt you. They're territorial. They're not trying to hurt you. They're afraid you're going to hurt them, so they bite first. Runner. Catch me if you can. That was a great movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, by the way. Talk about a runner. Fear feels contractive and tight and low and nauseating. Love, expansive, high, exhilarating. Your heart beats. You feel like you want to sing. You sing along in the car. Fear, super low on the energetic frequency. Love, super high, super deep on the level of frequency. But if that fear is super low, it can hide down in the dormant dark. And then that situation, that person, triggers it like a little booby trap. So once we go into a person's energy field and we find a root cause of the running, you got to clear it. And that's when, again, I'll say again, Qigong and Reiki, I got great people. You need some energy work. Let's cut that shit out. Let's snip it out. Let's get your energy field right. Let's get your vibration right. Let's get you resonating right. So that you're calling out for the real person. You don't call out the wrong number. Right? Just like using a phone is just how we funnel our energy and our frequency to each other. You call me on the phone, I hear you. If I see that call and I don't want to take it, I don't answer. Well, fear is precise. Be precise in clearing it out. You need energy tools. You need meditation. You need yoga. You need to forgive yourself. Because once the fear is gone, the automatic reaction of running ain't going to be triggered anymore. You will actually relax. You will open up. Every zone is safe. You're in the end zone, baby. You just scored. Big touchdown. And let me just say this. A twin flame, you share an identical heat and energy signature. It's a collective energy field. So you can clear this for your twin as well. So we can do energy work based on twin flame clearing. Isn't that fabulous? So their soul will get help in the highest good because you're getting help in the highest good. And the sooner you work on it, the sooner you see results. And that means one twin flame can go in and energetically clear negativity for the other. As one awakens, the other awakens. But the difference is how are you going to choose to awaken? And the other part of this is you have to remember this relationship is not necessarily designed for the 3D experience, right? It's not necessarily designed for that. It's not. So we have to be very, very conscious that it may not go down the way you want it to. The other point of this running that I want to make before I close on part 2, and it looks like part 3 is going to be coming on down. I already have it in my head right now. But surrendering, when you surrender as a twin flame in the running stage, it's going to be hard. It's going to feel like God's punishing you because you're going to know what you want. You're going to know what's right. Your body, your mind, your heart are all on the same page, and that person just turned their back. But again, I encourage you. At some points of this process, the only thing you can do is let go. The only thing you can do is surrender. Why? Because maintaining integrity of self is definitely part of this. You're learning to balance and to put yourself in balance. And to get too caught up in this turbulence of running and chasing, this journey, this spiritual quest, it actually pulls away from the point of why you're even interacting with a twin flame. Then you get stuck in a codependent cycle of running and chasing. It's physics. So it's like a free fall. Imagine you guys jumped out of a plane. One of you doesn't have a chute, and the other was trying to go as fast as they can to catch the other person to get there to open a chute for both of you. Right? That's what it's like if you continue to chase. You're chasing someone, and you might not get them. And you're not going to start chasing, and they're not going to stop running. So therefore, you never get any answer. You never get a solution. So what you have to do is surrender. And I'm not telling you to give up. I'm saying surrender. When you feel things are spinning out of control and your twin journey is like going off the tracks and you think, oh, my twin is gone for good, it's definitely not going to come back. Well, you've just started to let it go. You just started to let that gut punch in the stomach called surrender happen. It's painful. Letting go is painful. It's going to be one of the most painful things you've done. But let me ask you, truthfully, how painful is chasing? Because in my mind, chasing is even more difficult because consistent rejection is only going to compound this distance between the person you say that you love more than life itself, that is more like you than anything on this planet. Because if you love that person more and they're more like you on this planet, would you want to put through them any kind of pain? Would you want to hurt them? No. And if they're running and you're chasing, they're running from themselves, yes. But by you chasing them, you're consistently showing them what they're running from, never giving them a chance to stop and breathe and recollect and recollect. So they can't get past that whole ancestral fight or flight. They're stuck in that physical cycle. So break it. Take the feelings of resistance, let it go, give it a reason, let the body relax. Get away from the anger, the tears, the ruptures, the panic, the primal pain, and surrender. Letting go is not giving up. Letting go is good for right now. Because you need to get your shit together, my friends. You need to get to a place where you feel secure, where you know that what you're bringing to the table isn't causing them to run away from you, and you can actually see why they're running. You can pull away that false idea. It's just how in Buddhism they teach you about aligning with the eternal light, using meditation and supplication, allowing the negativity to flow through you, becoming a little bit detached from the situation so that you have a different place of observation, so that you can disempower these existing patterns of pain. It's dogmatic. It is a crazy thing to think of about surrendering to this running. But isn't it even more crazy to continue to run, believing that you're ascending, continuing to run, believing that you're awakening? And the same goes for chasing, isn't it? Does a chaser giving chase to the runner believe that they're elevating their consciousness because they are running? Well, no. The elevation of consciousness comes from the letting go. Because you're basically saying, I love you so much. I'm not going to chase you and continue perpetuating this pain because you're running from pain. They're not running from love. They're running because they're afraid to be loved, or they're afraid to get love, or they're afraid to give love, or someone has hurt them in the past. They're not running from you. They're not running from your twin flame love that you're offering up. Let's get the ego in check. All right. That's enough for now. This is one long ass show, and I've been a little bit too long in the tooth on this one. But it's an important topic, and I know you guys will tune in and listen to it. All right. Have a good Thursday. Live. Get out there. Give to live. Volunteer. Check me out on my social media. Subscribe below. If you got this far and you didn't subscribe, what the hell is wrong with you? All right. Peace, light, and love. I will see you on the other side.